Hello, and welcome back. Well, I apologize for the way I ended the Final Fantasy video just now. Well, I say just now, recording this just after uploading the video and watching it, realizing I could have done better. I didn't even show any kind of footage of part 8 or 9. Well, never been a big fan of Final Fantasy 8. I mean, I know some fans swear it's the best in the series, but I just never got into it. I tried. I played it when it came out, but no data saved. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I should probably play it again. I mean, I do have it on Switch as well as right here. Got Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 10, 10-2 shortly after getting my Switch. But I'm just on the off chance that I ever wanted to play them again. But yeah, just never really got into this game. Between always wanting to replay Final Fantasy 7 or Ocarina of Time, Metal Gear Solid. Every time I really sat down and really tried to play this game, it was always like, oh, I could be playing Final Fantasy 7. So I maybe play this for a couple minutes, get to the next point where I can save my game, and switch over to 7. Of course, then I lost my PlayStation, so I couldn't play it again if I wanted to. Again, I might go back and replay this on the Switch, since I do have it. But right now, that's not going to happen anytime soon. You know the age-old analogy, so many games in so little time. But as of right now, I stick with what I said in the main video for Final Fantasy. If you like it, to each their own. But as of right now, it's not exactly. In November of 2000, also on the Sony PlayStation, Final Fantasy IX was released. And once again, while some fans I've known and talked to over the years swear that in their opinion this is the best game in the series. Again, you're right to your opinion, but I respectfully disagree. Again, I never really got into this game. I did play it when it came out, but never really struck me as a game to replay again. Like 2000, yeah. Majora's Mask had come out, and I tried unsuccessfully to get into that game, as I explained in my Zelda series, or his video on the Zelda series. But again, I might sometime when I have the time to do so play this game again, since again I do have it on the Switch. But again, so many other games, so little time. So as of right now, again, if you like this game, that's fine. To each their own. And with another replay, I might share that sentiment with you. But for now, if I'm going to play a Final Fantasy game, it'll be one of the earlier ones. I mean, to me, that's, like I said at the end of the Final Fantasy video, that's the thing about Final Fantasy. There's a lot of good games. 7, 5, 1, 6. So with 2. But it's not like Dragon Quest, or in my opinion, every game is good, at least in the main series. Granted, like I said in my Dragon Quest video, I never played the side games, monsters or builders or heroes. So, but all of the main series Dragon Quest games are good. Final Fantasy, not so much so. 3 is okay. 4 is abysmal in my opinion. 8 and 9, meh. Again, another replay sometime might change that. I mean, worked for Dragon Warrior 2 earlier this year. So. And as for Final Fantasy X, I still stand by what I said earlier. I can't even show gameplay footage of that game without downloading somebody else's gameplay footage and using that on my video, which I will not do unless I have their permission to do so first. So, Final Fantasy X came out in what, 2001 on the PS2? It was a okay game, except for Titus always complaining about his father. But after replaying the game again, you know, like I said somewhere once before, if I had a father like his, I'd probably complain a lot too. This Jack did seem to be a jerk for a dad. Eh. Yeah, sure, even this game does that. Like with Final Fantasy VII, and why I can't do a playthrough of that game for my YouTube channel. I'm in the... In gameplay terms, I'm in the menu where it shows potions, ethers, and remedies. For anyone watching this video, you're still stuck on the main sub-menu. Items, abilities, equipment. For some reason, OBS doesn't capture the other menu screens. Same with Final Fantasy VII. But anyways, that's okay, because I wasn't intending on doing a playthrough of this game right now anyway. Especially not for my channel. I'd have to do a playthrough of it myself first. But again, 10 following this was okay, but 10-2, well, it was, which is another reason I wanted to make this quick follow-up video, because I kind of glossed over Final Fantasy X-2. It was kind of a novel idea at the time to see a Final Fantasy game that was actually a direct sequel to an earlier Final Fantasy game. It's X-2 taking place fictionally, storyline-wise, 2 years after 10, in that same world map, with those same characters minus Tidus, of course. So yeah, it was a unique idea to see a Final Fantasy game that was actually a sequel to a previous game, but that novelty quickly wore off, in my opinion, with Yuna always talking about Tidus and her memories of him, and how they kind of turned it into a soap opera, in my opinion. I quickly lost interest and haven't really replayed the game since. Well, I have been replaying it lately on Switch, so who knows with time, with time and a further replay of that game, my opinion on that one may change too. But And I still stand by what I said at the end of the Final Fantasy video. I haven't played any new main series Final Fantasy games since then. I have played and completed the 3DS side game Final Fantasy Explorers, but that's about it as far as Final Fantasy games go since 10 to 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. No. Primarily, I mean, I'm not even going to try to kid myself, much less anyone watching this video, primarily because I never had a Sony PS3 or 4, and don't really intend to change that. I mean, if I am going to buy a Sony system, it'll be the PS5. But yeah. But Sony consoles always cost so much more than Nintendo's do. Yeah. Aside from Nintendo always having, the better games in my opinion, Zelda, Metroid, Mario. Yeah. Zelda consoles are usually cheaper. That's why I usually always stick. The two reasons I've always sticked with Nintendo consoles and Nintendo handhelds over the years and decades. That and the fact that it was Nintendo games that built my interest in video games in the first place. I mean, Final Fantasy 12 is on the Switch, so I could get that, I suppose. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. I just thought I could end the Final Fantasy video better than I did. At least show some kind of footage of 8 and 9. And explain what it was about 10.2 that, yeah. Anyways, now that wraps up my retrospect on the Final Fantasy series. Good series in general, but not as good as the Dragon Quest series. I'm sorry. Aside from Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy V in the first game, the rest of them were just okay, if even that. Whereas again, every Dragon Quest game I've played has been good. So, but anyways, it's just one person's opinion, and a lot of people disagree. So, to each their own. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.